Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to Simple Politics. So my name is Zizi Polopelwana. This is a platform where we speak about politics, we simplify them, and we react. So today I just want to make like a very short video. It's not going to be long. I want us to talk about the case for Umkhonto weSizwe. So Umkhonto weSizwe was in court today. Because of their court case against SABC for calling the fake GNU the GNU, instead of saying it's a coalition between the ANC and the DA. So obviously they took them to court. So I've been listening to a lot of analysis today. I was like, this is interesting. I think I want to give my 2 cents. And I was listening to Dali there, stuttering left, right, and center. I think if I do attach a clip of Dali, I think I'm going to attach it right at the end of the video. Now I just want to give my 2 cents. Before we start, please subscribe to my channel. I'm going to wait for you to subscribe. You guys don't subscribe. So many people watch this channel, but they don't subscribe. Please subscribe. Okay, let's get right into it. So the conversations are around Oguti, like, why did MK take such a drastic decision to take SABC to court? Why they didn't explore other ways of trying to get into an agreement, maybe with SABC, that they must not call it Government of National Unity, but they must call it a coalition. And some discussions are, if they are calling it a GNU, that means they are favoring the ANC and the DA. You know, even though it's not GNU, it's a propaganda, but that means they are leaning towards them if they continue calling it a GNU, meaning that they are lenient towards the ANC. But then now a conversation says, Uguti, even if we don't call it the GNU, we call it a coalition, that means we are lenient towards the MK. And we are against the ANC because the ANC has come out and called it a GNU. So either way, whatever we call it, we will be on someone's side. If we call it a GNU, we'll be on the ANC and the DA side. If we call it a coalition, we'll be on the MK side. So either way, we will be lenient to one person. I mean, what are you saying? Are you saying we must call it what you call you? And MK has made arguments that it's misleading because obviously there are a lot of people that watch SABC. I mean, a lot of people don't have DS, don't have those things, but everybody has got SABC. I grew up watching SABC. Yeah, so everybody has got access to SABC. So I think because also the conversation or the question was, why only sue SABC instead of going also against everybody that has called it a GNU? Why only come after us? That's the question of SABC. But then the answer is, obviously the influence and the platform that SABC has is measured to be bigger. It's measured to be bigger than other platforms, and it's measured to be getting to people that are even in far places that DSTV would not necessarily reach to. Yeah, the reach is wide. That's what they say. So another concern is it's taking away the freedom of expression from the journalists. Now, because instead of someone going there, sitting and saying whatever that they need to say, they need to be conscious and constantly worried of what they are saying, how they are saying it. If they're saying GNU or if they're saying coalition, and once you are too conscious of what you're saying, you end up saying the wrong things. So now the concern is this taking away the freedom of expression from the journalists? Yeah, well, I mean, this is quite a tricky thing. It's different. I feel like, and I'm not taking anybody's side. I do want to hear what you guys are going to say in the comment section. I feel like it's totally different when for example, you go to the news and call something by a totally different name, and it's proven. I feel like the GNU thing is really, really a tricky one, because, I mean, if the ANC says it's a GNU to them. If the MK says it's a coalition, the EFF also said it's a coalition to them. Yeah, but so everybody sort of interprets it differently. I think that's where the difference is. There's a difference when everybody is in agreement with the interpretation or the name of something, and when different people interpret it differently. Yeah, but I don't know if I'm making sense. So I think it's quite a tricky fight, man. So the question is, so now they're discussing if was the MK a little bit extreme. Do you think the MK was a little bit extreme for, I mean, taking as far as a court case? Well, I think at first they did release a statement. In the beginning, there was a statement that MK wrote that was calling out the SABC, saying that no, they must stop calling it the GNU. It's not the GNU. It's a coalition. Yeah, well, that was even before the confessions of Helen Zille, where Helen Zille said, no, because you do remember the clip of Helen Zille where she said, no, it's a coalition. Cyril Ramaphosa said himself that in order to quiet the waters, in order to not fight with his party, to get everybody to be in an agreement, they're going to call it a GNU. And they're going to bring other parties just to dilute the waters. But the real deal, it's a coalition. And obviously you also see it with the decision making. I mean, the DA and the ANC, they are the ones who are disagreeing with the bill and the what. You've never had PA disagreeing, saying no, we don't, never, because they're just in jail, they're just a spare wheel. So genuinely, if we are all partners, we've got a say. But the only people that have a say, it's the DA and the ANC. So it is really a coalition. But Helen Zille said, yeah, Ramaphosa thought, you know what, in order to slice her a bit, and make sure that the heart of the comrades is not hurt, he must just call it a GNU. Yeah, so I mean, we do sort of know that there is some mischief and maneuvering, but it's not a big deal. I feel like it's not a big deal, and I could be wrong. That's why I'm coming here. Someone said, actually, I saw a tweet for someone who said there's a lot of things going on in South Africa, and the MK is, let me know if you think they are wasting time. Someone said there's a lot of things going on in South Africa, and fighting for the name of the GNU, what is it going to do for South Africans? How is it going to benefit the South Africans? Remember now, whatever you do, it has to be beneficiary for the people. So when MK wins that the GNU is no longer the GNU, it's a coalition, what is it going to do for South Africans? How is it going to better their lives? I'm sorry, guys. My nose is so itchy. My nose is so itchy. Oh, my God. So what is it going to do for South Africans? Is it a worthy fight? Again, we could be seeing this on a totally different lens. Do you think it's a worthy fight? Is it worth it? Out of all things that are going on in South Africa, out of all things that MK could be fighting for, remember, MK is the official opposition. Sorry, they are the official opposition of South Africa. So there's so many things that they should be tabling and defending the people. Do you think, again, I don't know because I'm not a member of MK, do you think they are doing enough? Do you think these cases are just are distracting them? Honestly, do you think these cases are just a distraction and wasting their time? And if you don't think so, if you think it's good for them that they're actually going after this and putting the facts straight, please, you can say that in the comment section. You can let me know. But it's really, I feel like it's just, they always say choose your battles. I think it's one of those battles where you just like, you know what? Is it worth it? Even Dali there in court, he was trying there, trying to explain and not coming out. I do want to attach a clip of Dali though, so that you guys can listen for yourselves. He's trying. And what's the time now? It's 19:13. I know that Nhlamulo Ndlela has got an interview. I do want to watch that. I wonder if it's at 7:30. I must double check the time. Nhlamulo Ndlela also has an interview now regarding the Mary saga and the accusations. So, you know, those things, those are the things maybe that they should be also focusing on. You know? So let me know, guys. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you think this is unnecessary. Let me know if you think it's really necessary. Also, because maybe they are trying to make a political statement. Maybe they are trying to make a political statement that we're not going to let things slide. If we say no, you must know that it's a no. Because it's also very important to make a political statement. You need to make sure that you have a weight. You have to make sure that you fight for something and your name is on somewhere where they say you once fought for something. Because if they win this case, then it will be like, we were misled and we're told that it's a GNU and the MK fought for it. And now we call it by what it is, a coalition. But again, what does it do for South Africans? I don't know. Yeah, man. Maybe it's gonna be an influence in it during elections. It could be. Yeah, but that's why I'm saying there's a lot of layers to it. It could be that when people hear that it's a coalition, it's not a GNU, they will be more angry. Maybe people will be more angry. I don't know. So let me know what you think in the comment section. And please don't forget to subscribe, guys. It's free of charge. Let's take this channel to 20K. If you are always watching here and you don't subscribe, I just want to say, shame on you. Shame on you for always coming here and watching and not subscribing. Shame on you. Anyway, let's watch the Dali's clip. I'll see you guys on the next one, okay? Aluta continua. The struggle continues. Always.
And she doesn't stop there. She explains why. She says, because a government of national unity brings all the parties together, which would have to include the EFF and the MK party, Mkhonto Wesizwe party, which it did not. In other words, it excluded those, as we debated earlier. But, and here's the important part of the motive, but it still gave the president the fig leaf he needed to bring in all sorts of smaller parties to say, I'm not in a coalition with the DA. Now the truth, she says, the truth, which is what the SABC is supposed to pursue. The truth is that we are actually in a coalition, because a coalition means that if a party withdraws from the coalition, the government fails. Now, she is 110% correct. She actually captures this whole debate we've had this morning about the accuracy. Because she says, A, it's not a government of national unity, and she says why. B, why was the lie had to be told? She said, fig leaf. Fig leaf is literally fig leaf. It's what happened in the garden.
You put it over the...
Yes,
the nether regions if they offend you.
The truth, yes. It happened
as a statue.
With Adam and Eve, yes. The fig leaf is what she used to hide the truth. So she says that former President Ramaphosa, sorry, that's a Freudian slip. She says that President Ramaphosa is using this fig leaf effectively to hoodwink his colleagues into this. Now, let me be the first one to